Since your son was the first cop in the family, how did you feel about that?
Well, when my son first told me that he wanted to be a police officer, I was very nervous. I didn't want him to be out in the streets in the middle of the night, and I was just very worried about him. But I knew that he always wanted to be in the criminology field. He always talked about being a police officer ever since he was little. He used to always carry this card with him that said FBI, and really what that stood for was a female body investigator. But in all seriousness, yes, it was something that I always worried about, but I know that that was his passion. And all I did was just put him in God's hands and just pray that, he would be safe.
What was it like being married to a police officer? Will you share a few experiences?
Being married to a police officer for 16 years was second nature to me. I just had to learn how to go around his scheduling, whether it was graveyards, working long hours, overtime, not spending time with him. But it was an experience, and I got used to it, and I'm just used to his schedule, and I'd have to go around everything around his schedule.
Were you scared that you had a dad as a motor cop?
Well, yes and no, because if you got in trouble, then it would seem like if he got bigger and scarier and taller.
How would you describe your dad being a motor cop?
I would describe my dad as being a motor cop by protecting the citizens.
What do you like about your job as a motor cop?
Well, I've been a motor cop for over 12 years, and the reason I got this position is first, I love to ride a motorcycle. And they gave it to me, and basically what I like the most about it is actually I help a lot of people. Even though I know everybody says I write tickets and I do that stuff, but I do try to help a lot of people by helping the area where they're complaining. I handle all the bad accidents we have in our city. And also I work with a certain school, an elementary school, all the time. I actually help poor kids by buying bicycles for them to help them out. And this year alone, I think I bought 4 bikes for them, 15 of them total. I'm there for anybody, the kids, I try to help them out. And the big reason is basically, when we do the violations and we do speeding or complaints for an area, it's a lot of times for the community in that area.
Were you scared that your son was a motor cop?
No, because ever since he was little, I encouraged him. He always wanted to be an officer, so I encouraged him to be an officer, and that's what he became. And he did very well in the force, and it's just things happen, and it could happen to anybody, whatever happened to him. But he was an excellent officer, excellent officer, excellent son, and no, I wasn't nervous about him. I encouraged him to be a cop, and I don't regret that because that's what he wanted to do.